Hi guys, what is the point of Lee Anderson? Way back at the beginning of the election campaign, I honestly thought that the people of Ashford surely had had enough of this guy and his antics. But it slowly became clear that he was popular enough to win his seat. Which brings us to this question he put to Angela Rayner. Now, instead of just asking his question, he had to add his own flavour of spite to it. Now, a good minister in the House of Commons not only can spot a troublemaker, but can turn their questions into a tool that blows up in their own faces. Note, Lee Anderson actually posted this clip to his social media.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Now then, I welcome the news of the Council House revolution. And we all know the Deputy Prime Minister is a little bit of an expert when it comes to council housing. But can she confirm that priority will be given to British families, veterans and pensioners?
Deputy Prime Minister.
Well, we have confirmed that people with a local connection will get priority in those homes. But I also say to the honourable gentleman who tries to make a quip about the fact that I grew up in a council house, is that the situation that I hear, and when I was took on this brief, is that actually people used to talk about my childhood as if I grew up in poverty, but there's many kids today that if they got a council house, it would be considered they'd won the lottery. Those children today can't have that. So we will build the homes. We will prioritise that people locally can get them, and we'll make sure that first-time buyers get first dibs as well. There's a number of measures that we're putting in place to make sure that the homes that are built are there for the people that need it.
Wonderful response. It's a perfect response in a number of ways. So first of all, she answered the question. She said, look, housing will be provided according to need. There will be a few caveats such as, first-time buyers will be given first option and local people will be prioritised. But perfect response. Now, the other part, of course, which is the more interesting, was allowing Lee Anderson, or putting Lee Anderson in a bit of a spin here, because what did she do? She wasn't taking his bait. He wanted to talk about what? Her being an expert in council housing, about her selling her council house some years ago. And remember, the Conservatives tried to make it into a massive scandal. The right-wing newspapers ran with it for, a week, 2 weeks, a month, I can't remember, in the run-up to the general election, of course. So you even had Tory MPs dipping into this scandal. Not completely, just a few MPs on the extreme. So Lee Anderson, of course, hoping, here's my opportunity, talk about housing, attack Angela Rayner, bring up the issue of her selling her council house some years ago, or moving, or whatever the hell it was. And Angela Rayner realised this is the question he's asking, and I'm going to respond in a different way. I'm going to speak the language of the working class. Because the question was asked, of course, by Lee Anderson, who presents himself as a hero of the working class. And Angela Rayner was perfect at responding to that because she comes from a working class background. So Angela Rayner is fantastic when it comes to dealing with these troublemakers. She's probably dealt with people like Lee Anderson in the past, both in and outside politics. So she was ready for this and she mopped the floor with him. Which brings me back to the original question. When people from his constituency are watching this, what do they see? There's my MP asking a question, adding a bit of insult into it, trying to create problems. And then the answer comes back, well, look, what we're going to do is prioritise those who need it most. There may be homes available, but they're not going to go to people who don't need them straight away. Or, you're not going to give a single person a 3-bedroom house if there's a family on a waiting list. It doesn't make any sense. So you're going to give homes, suitable homes, of course, we hope, to the most needy, as the way it should be, based on need, not on some idea that Lee Anderson has popped into his head. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.